Thank you, everyone. Good morning, and thank you for attending the today's kickoff meeting for Kronos implementation at Hug Services. As you all know, that Hug Services has taken is undergoing the implementation of Kronos. Currently, we have three shifts that are working 5 days a week. That is Monday through Friday. So we have three shifts of 8 hours a day. um, Going forward, what we're gonna from the cutoff date, once we implement this Kronos implementation at Hack, we are going to have four shifts. So basically, Hug Services is going to be operational 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Going forward, first of all, I would like to thank you again for taking the time out to attend this kickoff meeting. So, first of all, I would like to go over the agenda of today's meeting, which is basically we're going to go over the overall introduction of the project, the background of the assignment, why this project was needed, what exactly we are going to be doing during the different phases of this assignment. We're going to go over the overall project description, and then we're going to look at the overall scope of the assignment as well. In terms of scope, we're going to talk about briefly, but we'll make sure that we go over all the aspects of the areas that are going to be included within the assignment, and also the areas that won't be included within the scope of the assignment. We Later on we're going to go over the measures of success. How would we measure that the project is going to be successful? What are the areas? What are the milestones that need to be achieved, and that would make sure that we are on track. Briefly, we're going to talk about the constraints of the assignment, the constraints that are going to be there, that are going to be there for sure. We have jotted down some of the constraints, and we're going to discuss them as we go forward within the Kronos implementation at Hug. Eventually, we're going to go over the assumptions, and then later on, we're going to go over the high-level timeline. So let's go ahead and start off with the overall introduction. I'm going to go over the list of the stakeholders as well as the people who are going to be actually working on this assignment. So some of you have already interacted with each other. Some of you are new onto the project and new on board. So I'm just going to go over the list. So I'm going to be working as the project manager for the assignment. So I would basically be working on overall compilation for different aspects of the project, starting from day one, from the very scratch, all the way to the rollout, the soft launch, and ultimately the commercial launch. Teresa Cochran is going to be, as most of you know, that she's director of HR. So basically, she's going to provide guidance from HR perspective. She's going to make sure that we are basically in compliance with various HR policies. Later on, Terence Whitsett is the director of payroll. So he's going to provide us guidance from payroll perspective, and he's going to make sure that we are in totally. So basically, what we're going to make sure is that none of the policies are against payroll current policies, and if there is any exception that is needed, Terence is going to help us with. In getting us approvals from the management in terms of those particular policies that are not going to be compliant with current HR policies. Mary Beth Lowry is, as you all know, that she's head HR for Distribution Center. I just put in the presentation, I have just put head HR DC. DC stands for Distribution Center. She's going to be providing us with the technical expertise from HR perspective as well as for the distribution center. Karen Reed is the HR executive for distribution center, and she's going to be providing us the technical and the expert level opinion for shift patterns, because we're going to be dealing with shift patterns in detail during the course of the assignment. Monica again is from payroll. And she's going to be providing us the technical level expertise from payroll perspective. Stacy is again payrolls specialist, and she's going to be providing us expertise from a new payroll cycle perspective. So basically, we going forward, when we shift from 3 cycles to 3 shifts to 4 shifts, we're going to need a new payroll cycle, and Stacy is going to be providing us. She's going to be helping us on that area, on that front. Graham Purnell, he's going to be dealing with the ADP data feed. The data feed that comes from ADP goes into Kronos, as well as the data feed that comes from Kronos and goes into ADP. Darian Duncan, again, he's going to be working with the Kronos data feed, so both data feeds. The one that comes from Kronos and goes into ADP, as well as the other way around. So he's going to be responsible for that. CV Ramana is the director of IT. He's going to be providing us guidance in terms of if we are totally in compliance with IT policies, if there is any conflict, he's going to be providing us guidance, and he's going to get us the approvals for any policies that we're going to need in terms of IT. Melissa Williamson, she's the director of benefits. She's going to be providing us guidance from benefits perspective and making sure that all of our work is in compliance with benefits policies. Chris Alden is going to be our contractor. He's a contractor, and he's going to be working on Kronos configuration. So that's about introduction. If there are any questions, we're going to keep them towards the end of the presentation. The overall description of the assignment is basically we're going to be adding new shift patterns. So basically right now we have 3 shifts. So we have 7 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon till 11 at night, and then 11 at night till 7 in the morning. So we have 3 8-hour shifts that run Monday through Friday. Now, going forward, once we implement this project, we are going to be working 7 days a week, and we're going to have 24 hours a day. So we already have 24 hours a day, but we only work 5 days a week. So we're going to be going on to 7 days a week with 4 shifts. Similarly, we're going to be working with new attendance credit profiles. So they're going to be new attendance credit profiles. All of the TMs or the team members, they're going to have brand new credit profiles as far as attendance is concerned. Similarly, we're going to be working. So you all have worked in your respective areas, and you all know what attendance credit profiles are. So similarly, you all know what shift differentials are. The only difference is going to be because we're going to be implementing fourth shift, so they're going to be new shift differentials that we're going to be implementing. Similarly, new holiday credit profiles, new paid time off profiles, new schedule and break schedule, and new bell schedule according to the new schedule. So this is what we're going to be implementing. Similarly, scope overview, basically we're going to be making sure that record timekeeper information, that is clock in and clock out stamps, are totally are being recorded correctly. Similarly, we're going to be implementing new shift patterns. We're going to be calculating attendance credit as well as shift differential, and we're going to be assigning employees across the shift schedules and locations. We will be recording, so basically Kronos is going to be recording hourly data, and our Kronos is also going to be generating reports. So whether they're daily reports or weekly reports, monthly, quarterly, or yearly, Kronos is going to be responsible for that. The measures of success are basically we are going to make sure that all of the employees are able to clock in and clock out with no difficulty whatsoever. Similarly, HR personnel are, they should be able to edit or remove any shift patterns. Reports get generated, shift differentials get calculated, attendance credit for all of the employees gets calculated without any error. So this is going to be our measure of success. There are no big constraints in the implementation of this assignment, but attendance credit will be based on 3 different profiles: 10A, 10B, 12A, 12B, and new hires. Bell schedule and shift differential, as I've already discussed, are going to be on the same lines. Assumptions are that we are going to be implementing this in Kronos Workforce Timekeeper 8, as as already mentioned in the project documentation that has already been provided to you. So this would be a cloud implementation, and all employee data will be directly fed into Kronos from ADP. So this is the high level timeline that we are looking at. And we are expecting to make the soft run by June 2017. So if there are any questions, please feel free to write back to me to the email that I have already sent out. Once again, I appreciate and thank you, all of you, for taking the time out. We are going to be working on this assignment, and I will go ahead and send out another email with a weekly meeting that I will set up according to your schedules as well. Thank you very much once again.